Hello, this is the tutorial for the live streaming using YouTube Studio and a streaming or broadcaster software. I use OBS Studio. So first, before starting, you must make sure that whatever OS you're using, I'm on Windows 8.1, but on Mac it's the same. You must make sure first that the webcam is properly plugged and configured and recognized by your OS. If you're using more than one, same goes for more than one. And the sound card or the mixer desk is also recognized by the system, by the OS operating system, so that the stereo output of your mixer desk, the mix that you're gonna do of your music, is going straight to the stereo of the channels of the operating system. That's very important. It's not like when you use Logic or a professional DAW where you can choose whatever output you want. On this, you need to be sure that the operating system is already recognizing everything. So let's start with OBS Studio. That's a free software, open software. So whenever you start, you have the auto configuration wizard. When you start for the first time, that appears. So let's try with that. We'll start with that. So you tick optimize for streaming, recording is secondary. Next. Video setting. So here we have the setting for the resolution of the video of the streaming. I use full HD. I have only, that's the best choice I can have here. So 1920 by 1080. And then the FPS, choose a fixed 30. You don't need 60. And if you have choice on your system to 25, you can go 25. But 30 is good. Next, that's the stream information. You won't have anything here for now because it's only once you start to create your streaming session on YouTube that it will give you the streaming key and the server URL. So for now, you will skip that. No, okay, cancel then. So here is the main window. Oh, sorry, let's do a new collection. So it will be test 4. Yeah, it will be like that for you. So this is the main window of the software. You have the menu here, and you got the preview and the program windows. These are the video frame that you're going to that's what is going to be a program. So in the broadcast studio, that's always like that. You have a preview, which is the picture that you prepare, that you you're reviewing, you prepare it before sending it to the program. Program basically is the professional word for live broadcasting, for live show, live broadcast. Here you have the scene. This is where you prepare your scene, which is a combination of the webcam or the webcam alone if you want, but a combination of webcam plus text or just text or photos if you want. We'll see that later. First, go to File and Setting. We want to make sure that we have the proper setting for the hardware. So first, go to Video. You must check that the resolution of the base and the output is the same. Aspect ratio 69. We've done it with the wizard, so it should be like that. That's okay. Then we go to Audio, and then you must make sure that the sample rate, I forgot to say it earlier on, but the sound card and or the mixer should be set, the sample rate should be set at 48 kHz. Of course, that's the standard video sample rate. channels of stereo, of course. You just want 2 channels stereo. So here is the very important part. So in devices, you will have a list, because you can, on this software, you can mix more than one source, but you don't want that for now. You just want, on the main one, desktop audio, that's how they call it. You choose here the output that is the stereo output that I mentioned earlier of your mixer desk. Or if it's just a sound card, the stereo 1, 2, left, right of your sound card. This is very important. That's just, you don't have to change anything, that's just the meters here. And then now you go to output. Output, you leave it in simple mode. Streaming, the video bitrate, you can put 4000 kilobyte per second for now. If you have problem, you can put it lower, but for now 4000 is a good one. The encoder is on hardware. Then the audio bitrate, by default, it's like that, and it's a small thing, I think, by default. So you do need to have the maximum bitrate for audio. On my system, it's 320. And then you click on Enable Advanced Encoder Setting. And then here you have the encoder preset. So you can choose quality, performance, max performance, low latency. I choose low latency quality because it's a live concert. I want to interact maybe with the audience. So you can experience other settings, but I choose low latency quality. And I'm happy with it. Here is of course, this software allows you to record your broadcasting on your computer, which I advise to do when you really go live on your show, so that you have a safe copy on your computer. YouTube is going to do a copy on its own and save it on your channel, but you may want to have also your own recording. So you just put the recording path that you want here and the recording format that you want as well. And then finally stream, I will see that later, sorry, because we'll have that later with YouTube. The general, there is nothing to change. Yeah, nothing to change. So, okay. So here, now that I've set the audio, you can see that it's moving. That's a view meter, a level meter. It's very convenient, so you're sure that you have something going on. So because I'm talking and I've set the microphone to go on the left, right of the system, you can see it. Here you have the level, but you leave it on full because you will set the level on your mixer desk. And the level, the loudest that when you play your instruments and your microphone, the loudest should be in the yellow, and just start to touch the red, like around 5. This is to mute the audio if you need to at some point. So here, the properties. You have properties to check that you have the right device. Okay. Use device timestamps. That's it must be clicked. The advanced property also you can see active. You don't have to change anything. You just to make sure. Yes, you don't have to change anything. What you want to do is filters. Here, we're not going to use a filter. We're going to use a limiter. So you click on plus down below on the window on the left, and you choose a limiter. You can you can use other plugin, but even a VST plugin, actually, if you have a better limiter, you can use a VST plugin. But for now, let's use a simple limiter. That's the name of it. And you put the threshold to -2. So you can have a very big range, but you're safe because you have 2 dB of safety so you will never have oh, I want 2 -2. Oops, sorry. Let's go back there. Yeah, -2. Because I want some people put 0, but of course it works, but you never know. It's safer to put it at -2. Release of the limiter, I want to make it short, so like less than 10. 9 is fine. Okay, close. So that's just a safety guard. Like if something happens, if you really play even louder, then you won't clip your live streaming audio. Now let's work with the picture. So by default there is an empty scene, so there's just one scene that is created. So we have to, so the scene is, that's the frame of the scene, because the frame is the full HD definition. So let's now call for the webcam. So you go here in the sources of the scene that you selected, plus then you want video capture device, then create new. Okay, and here you should see your device. If you have only one webcam, it should appear automatically. If you have more than one webcam or more than one device on your video device plugged on your computer that is recognized by the system, you will have all the list here, and you choose the one you want for the first scene. And it should preview here. Everything else you don't need to change. Of course, the resolution FPS type, it's on device default. You must, of course, have set it before on your system to the best quality possible, best resolution, and 30 FPS. You don't need more than that. 30 FPS is okay. You can have a little bit more on the camera if you want, it's fine, but 60 if you want, but 30 is fine. Then you don't need to change that. Okay, so here you can see, because I've chosen a full HD frame, and my camera is very old and a very low resolution, it is very small in the screen. Obviously your webcam, or the webcam that is integrated in your Mac or your computer, will have a much better resolution, probably a full HD resolution, so that will fill up completely the frame here. But know that you can play with the dimension of your picture here on the left, on any corner you want, pretty much like any picture software, and then you place it in the frame the way you want. Okay, so I click like that to deselect. So now I've got my first scene, which is actually the scene of the show. I can rename it by clicking right here, and then I can name it show. So that's just the webcam. So if you have more than one camera, of course you can call it camera 1. And then, because we're not streaming yet, we're not recording, we're not streaming, here on the bottom right you can see the controls. We haven't started streaming, and we're in studio mode. Studio mode is the two. This mode is, when you click on it, is just the program mode. So you want to be in studio mode. So the preview is, oh, okay, that's new. Sorry, that won't appear. Let me pause. Okay, so I was saying that like any professional studio, you have the preview, the shot that you select here, and then the program. So whenever you want to send it to the broadcasting things, you have the transition choice here. So by default you have just one here, which is just one button for what you can set here, but I prefer to have everything here. So you click on the plus here and you choose cut, and then again fade, and then again fade to black. So that you have different choice. You can limit it to fade, is fine, of course, but I like the fade to black definitely. And the cut is when you don't want fade in, smooth fade between pictures. So anyway, now let's create a new scene. So we want a standby scene, for instance, with just text. Standby. Oops. Standby scene. So you have to tell it what source you want. Again, you click on plus. Text, if you want text. Do OK, and then you can select your font. Here I want to, for instance, writing standby, please. Like you can start your your streaming, but you're not ready, and you want people to know that it has started, but you're not ready. So they know something is going on. You have standby pictures. You can put the sound, but not the picture, or the other way around if you want. So now we have two. As you can see, when you select here the scene, it appears in the preview. Okay? So let's create now another one with the webcam plus a title, like from the start of the show, for instance. So you want to add the webcam. Oops, sorry. Actually, there is another way to do that. Let's do that again. Simpler. You want to add video capture device again. You can do add existing, so you don't have to worry about if you want the same webcam, of course. If you have more than one, it's different. But you can do add existing because you already add one for another scene, so he remembers it and it goes directly. So here it is. Hopefully yours will be much bigger, that's as I said earlier. And now I want to add on top of this, or below this, some caption. So text, and then here I write Fred and the band live in Marseille. You can select your font, choose whatever you want, of course. So it's a bit big. I didn't change the font. I think it's set on maximum, which is good. So it's quicker to change the size. It's more quicker and more convenient here, I found. So basically, you can add whatever you want in the frame. So if your picture it's bigger, it's gonna be inside your picture. So you set it the way you want. Let's try that actually for now. Just an example for the sake of example. Let's blow it up. Yeah. More or less. I guess they are featured too. Yeah, well. So you can have a title, but you can also, if you want, add a picture, like image. Like if you have a logo or a photo you want to have, you just click image, then you bronze whatever image you want to put. Let's put this Victor Hugo sculpture. Okay, you make it the size you want, and you put it the way you want in the frame, and you are. So I do that very quickly, but you can spend time to do it so that it looks much better. So now we have 3 different scenes. And let's make an end scene. Because you have to prepare everything, of course, before the show. All the scenes must be ready before the show. So create new and because I used it previously, ending. So c'est fini. C'est fini. Thank you all. It's very basic. I don't know if you can scroll or anything, but let's keep it simple. Here we are. So now we have 4 scenes. I don't know if you can order them, but yes, you can. Let's do that, and this one up. Yeah. So you have 4. You have standby. You have the cam plus the title. Then you have the cam alone. I call it show. And the end. Now you're ready to do the program. So let's see how you can play with it. So you call in the preview whatever scene you want. Then you send it to the program. So the program for now is pitch black. So let's start just with that cut, but you can also make it fade. Sorry, let's show this one. Oh. What's going on? I don't know what happened. So you have cut, it's immediate. Fade, it will fade, smooth fade, and fade to black. You just make it to black. Okay. So I don't know why it's not working anymore. It used to be working very fine. Okay, so start with standby, and then when you're ready, you can start with the scene with the title. So fade, toof. Then you're ready, say hello, hello, blah, 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 blah. Then when you're ready to play, you can select show. That's just an example. Of course, you can play around as much as you want with this. And then fade, that's the show. And then when it's finished, you can pre-select end. Of course, that's convenient when you have more than one camera. Of course, that's the whole purpose. When you have, like, let's say 3 cameras, you will set the show for 3 cameras, show camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and you will during the broadcast select which one you want and then send it for your program to edit in real time. Basically, that's what we do here. Doing that, we edit the program, the live broadcast in real time. So let's finish it. And so that's we're going to open now. Let's start to work with YouTube. Okay, let's put it on standby, and then you can already. Oh no, sorry. Let's go to YouTube first. So you are on YouTube Studio, your dashboard of YouTube Studio. You go to Create, go live. If you have not enabled the live streaming on your account, it will take 24 hours, so that must be done in advance. Yes, sorry. So you have three steps here. So you have webcam, which is a simple one, but does not work, and for me, I don't know why. The one we want to use is stream, and you have manage here, which is when you have created your streaming, then you can manage it. For now, you want to click on stream and create a new stream. So let's call it test for now. And here it's very important, is where you decide that your online streaming is going to be public. Anyone will be able to see it and search for it. Or if you want to stay unlisted, which means only the people with the link can see it, and private is only from your account. So you want unlisted. You can add a description, you can set that is for music. Schedule for later is basically when you want to schedule it, and the audience will know it's scheduled for what time, what day, what time, but it does not actually start it automatically. So I don't need it for now. So here the audience is very important, because it's asking you whether it's made for kids or not. If you say yes, it's made for kids, you cannot have a live chat. So for the concert, let's make it no, it's not made for kids, so you can have live chat at the same time. Then you click create stream. So now here is the window, but for the first time you do that, there is this window that appears, stream setup help. So that's the most important thing. So it is 4 steps. Download and set up your streaming software. We've done that already, because that's OBS Studio. Paste the stream key into your software. So that's very important. You do copy here, then you go in the software, file, setting, then stream here. Then you paste the key, and then same goes with the server. You do apply, sorry. Okay. Same do with the server. You copy here. You go back to settings, stream. Then here, by default, you can choose YouTube if you want, whatever streaming service you have. But I prefer to use custom and put and paste here. So here, when you start, it's empty. So you paste the server that YouTube has given you, the URL that YouTube has given you. So it's sure that it goes to the right place. So now, when you have both the server and the stream key, apply and OK, and you can already press here start streaming, because it's not actually streaming online. It just means it sends it to the YouTube server. No one can see it for now, but it's sent. So you can see that you have the bitrate quality here, the frame, the usage of the CPU, quite useful. You can still see the audio level and how long it's been started. Look, let's go back to YouTube. So in your streaming software, start sending us your video stream. That's what we've just done, and click done. So here you can see that we have, it's already here. That's what we're sending with from OBS Studio. The preview here, this window, it's what we're sending from OBS Studio. That's the program. But if you notice, if I change here to, like, let's say this one, I do it now, but it's gonna take a few seconds because we're working on internet. By the time it reaches the server and it goes back to my computer, to my browser on YouTube, it takes some seconds. That's normal. But you can set here, it is very important. So you go down left, there is the stream latency. So I suggest to put it on low latency. Normal latency, as you could see, was almost 20-second latency. You probably the quality is the highest, but you want in between. You can experiment, but you want in between, low latency, so you can interact with the audience. If the audience writes you something nice and you want to say, oh, thank you, or you want to say hi to someone who just wrote you, you can. If you have a long latency, then it won't make sense. So they tell you everything, so you can experiment as you want. So low latency clicked here. Here you don't have to change anything. I don't know what's enabled DVR, but it's on by default. Here is the analytics. You will know when it started, exactly how many viewers you have, etc., etc. And then stream health here. It's important. So you click on it and you know that everything is going on. If it's yellow or red, that means something is wrong. Green, excellent, means the stream is good. So let's go back to here, and I want the first scene. So it's preview. Okay, fade. Joof. First, my program here is standby. Scene standby. It's gonna appear here in a few seconds. And tick, tick, tick. Yes. So I can now, if I'm ready, I can now start to go live. But you of course you can take your time. You can even already share the URL. So I copy the URL, and me, I'm ready. So let's go live. Of course, that's for the test. Huh? So it goes you live, preview, and then there is a counter. So now it's online, it's live. Nobody can see it because no one has the URL, but you copy the URL and you share it. Of course, when you schedule it, you will prepare everything and then schedule it even for a few days. Then the URL will be still the same, obviously. So let's paste it here, and that's how the audience will see it. So now it shows on my computer, on any other place where you can have the access to the URL. Okay, now it's broadcasting, so you can. Okay, it's much better when you have two screens, obviously, but the operator of this software during the show will play with the different scenes. Oops, sorry for that. The mic went away. So let's go to the title. Fade, zoop. It goes to the title. You say hello, blah 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 blah. How are you? Let's start the show. You select the camera for the show, and then you send the show. Now, in 10 seconds or so, everybody is going to see this picture. Let's check it. I'm going to the preview here. That's what anyone sees on the web. So you can see the delay. I've pressed already. It's gonna, yes, now it is showing about 10-15 seconds. I don't know. So that depends really on the network. There's nothing you can do on your computer. I think that's it. Now it's online and working. Of course, the having two screen is much easier. So you can have the YouTube screen on one side and the OBS on the other side. That's much better. But you can do that on your computer. Have this one on your computer. If you have a webcam separated, then it's easier. If it's on your computer, then of course, obviously, you cannot operate it at the same time. Or if you do, you better have YouTube, so you can play with the live chat, answer to people, or see what people are writing to you, and you can have a bigger preview of course, like that, or a smaller can play with the preview. And you can even go back there after when it's finished. Let's go to the end scene. Let's say the show is over. You said goodbye. Then you can say fini, thank you all. You can. That's still broadcasting, but if you want to end it, fade to black. That's completely black. And then you don't press stop here. You press stop. You end stream here. That means you end your stream on YouTube. That's it, and that will give you that says that basically there is a file with that name of the whole show recorded on YouTube on your YouTube channel, private of course. You can edit it directly, but you can do it later. Dismiss, and that's it. So you can stop streaming here on OBS Studio. I forgot to say that. To say again that I advise you to start recording, to record on your computer the show when you do the real show, not the test obviously, but the real show. Or you can do some test also to make sure it's working. Record the show here. You start recording and then start streaming. Okay, that's it. Enjoy it.